Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the origins of the donut because where did they come from and who can we thank for making them? Alright, let's get into it. So the ancient Greeks and Romans were known to eat small cakes that were fried and dipped in honey, and variations of this type of snack have been eaten throughout Europe for centuries. There's been a few times a donut-type recipe has been mentioned throughout history. One of those times was in a published cookbook in 1485 that supposedly offers a recipe for sugar-free stuffed fried dough cakes. Another time was in an American cookbook in New York's 1803 edition of The Frugal Housewife, where this cookbook included donuts in the appendix of American recipes. Now, there is also mention in a British recipe which called for taking dough the size of a walnut and frying it, but I don't know what date that was mentioned. And another theory of its origins came to light in 2013 when a recipe for doughnut, D-O-W, was found in a book of recipes and domestic tips written in 1800 by the wife of Baron Thomas Dimsdale. The instructions were for a local delicacy called the Hertfordshire nut. Now, as we can see, there is lots of variations of the donut, but the word donut is believed to have originated in northeastern England around 1750. Now, according to anthropologist Paul R. Mullins, he has traced back the donut's origins to the Dutch settlers who immigrated to New York, or New Amsterdam, in the early 18th century, and these Dutch settlers brought with them the recipe for, and I apologize if I butcher this, olykoek, which is translated to oily cake. This was a delicacy of a sweetened cake fried in fat. It closely resembled the donut that we know today, but it did not have the current ring-sized shape. And as we all know, present-day donuts have a hole in the center, but they didn't always look like that. And the one person who claims to have evolved the donut into the ring-sized shape that we know it as today was Hanson Gregori. And again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. He was an American who in 1847 claimed to have invented the hole in the middle of the donut while aboard a lime trading ship when he was just 16 years old. According to him, he did not like the greasiness of the donuts and the uncooked dough in the center. According to the story, he punched a hole in the center of the dough with the ship's tin pepper box and then later taught it to his mother, who took it to a whole nother level. Although the true origins may never fully be determined, it won't stop us from making them or buying a box and taking it to work. Okay, so kind of like my previous video with the pronunciation dilemma on scones, the donut also has been debated on its spelling. The two earliest known recorded usage of the word donut was in 1808 in a short story about fire cakes and donuts. The second use was in 1809 in the History of New York by Washington Irving. He mentions balls of sweetened dough fried in hog's fat and called donuts or olykoeks. Wherever it came from, the donut spelling is the traditional spelling, so where did donut come from? The first recorded spelling of donut was published in 1900, in which a character says, quote, "Paul said he guessed he hadn't got much appetite, and he would just drink a cup of coffee and eat a donut." John T. Edge claims that this spelling was invented as an abbreviation to make it more easy to pronounce by foreigners. Another place that the donut spelling shows up was in the Los Angeles Times in 1929, next in a series of articles in 1939 that covered the World's Fair, and then in 1950 when Dunkin' Donuts became what it is today. The spelling of donut didn't become popular until 1950 and has grown in huge popularity, which has been influenced by Dunkin' Donuts. And little honesty moment right here, I've probably only had Dunkin' Donuts maybe like once in my life. I haven't really gone. Well, that does it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you guys spell it down below. and if you happen to try out this recipe. Thanks for stopping by my little corner of YouTube, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!